Alright guys, I want to do a video about how to extend some wire, some Romex. It's 12-2 Romex that used to go to this is a mobile home, so used to go to the outside and went right into an outlet. So now the homeowners, they want, this is the master bathroom, it's going to be a double vanity, they want an outlet right here, so it's not long enough to reach. So I'm going to show you what I started to do over the years. I've been doing this for 30 years. And I know like code, quote unquote, is to put it into a J box and then from there come out of the J box and then run a new line to your new location. However, I found many J boxes inside of walls, under floors. You never have access to them. I don't know what the point is. Put a cover plate on it and all that. Well, maybe for sparks, but you really, the junction box is supposed to is made to have access to. And if you're just putting a junction box behind a drywall or under a floor, that's never going to ever have access. Sometimes in the attic, I've seen it where it's really short. Nobody's ever going to get to that location. They'll put a J box in the attic. So I'm going to show you real quick. So I'm doing a cutting box. Let me show you what a cutting box is. It's one of these that has the wings. One on top, one on bottom. So I cut my hole just to go in, and then you screw these two screws, and the wings will hold it in place. However, I gotta get a wire up, and so, of course, we gotta drill through the bottom plate, and it's gonna be hollow all the way up. I've already located with my stud finder these two studs here and marked them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but my stud finder will tell you there's a stud there, and a stud there. So we got two studs running right here. So I'm going to put it right in between the studs. I got a hollow channel. So that's like one of my biggest paddle bits because I want to make a lot of room for me to try to get a new wire up into this wall. So hang on to your hats. Here we go. Come on. It's upside down forward. See that? I'm inside this hollow portion of the wall. A big fat hole. So, now I'm going to cut that out with my keyhole saw. Which is that. The drywall saw. In mobile homes, they use 1/2-inch drywall because it's lighter. Or maybe it's 3/8 even. It's really thin. And the studs are 3-inch studs. They're 2x3s, not 2x4s. It's all about weight when it comes to mobile homes. And the cool thing about mobile homes is you run all the new wires underneath in the crawl space rather than the attic if you're working in a house. There we go. Oh, there's insulation in there. Well, that's good. So, just keep the insulation away from the drywall. It's got this paper in front of it. Alright. So, what I'm going to do, see if I can get this. This is called a glow stick. If I get this glow stick up. So, about right there, be good to go. Still find it. Yep, I feel it. It's right there. Okay, there it is. So don't pull it out too far, or you'll lose it down there. But give yourself as much as you can up top. And then we'll just use some electrical tape and tape some new 12-2 Romex with ground. It's 12-2 because there's two conductors that are insulated, the black and white. The ground is bare, so it's 12-2 with ground. Alright, so I'm wearing my mask because this is some nasty ass insulation that's been through the gutter and back. I know it's good for my immune system, but too much of anything is not good. So, anyways, so I'm wrapping this Romex to my glow stick, and I always like to finish my wrap that way because as it's cooling down, it's more aerodynamic the way the tape tapers. When you go down like this, when you go down like that, baby. Oh yeah, we're making kind of an arrow, and then down there, and I always leave a tab so you can unwind. Now we got aerodynamics. So when I pull that out, I'll put my gloves back on. It'll go right through the wall, right through my hole that I drilled, and then I'll have the end here that I can attach to here. And I'll show you what I do. I don't use a J-box because even when you're in it, I'll explain it later. Just watch. All right, here we go. Just at a time constraint, cut that. I usually unwind it, but I'll do that later. Alright. So what we got here is failure to communicate. Alright, so I already shorted out the breaker. I touched the white to the black and then tripped the breaker. So the circuit's off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel down to this new stuff down here. Okay, so I'm just going to score it on both sides with my sharp razor blade. And then pull it like that. You'll notice the bare ground always has paper around it. Make sure you're getting down low enough here. There we go. Right. So now, you can see the fresh stuff down here. We go ahead and cut these at different lengths, so that when I wire net them, they can all go together. And there's a white one there, and a black one there, and the highest one for the outlet, the ground. And I'm going to score both sides of this new Romex. Pull it out, and once again, there's paper. So this is the older type Romex, and then now, when you see yellow, you know it's 12-2. You see white, it's 14 gauge. But this is 12 gauge. Just so you see white back in the day. So anyways, what I'm going to do, I'm going to line up the two blacks. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm going to strip enough to put a yellow wire net on it. And so that the wire net will completely cover all of the bare copper. I'm going to take that off. If you can hear me. So, cut out about that much, and the wire net will cover it all. And then I want to strategically place this black wire so that it's on the side, on the left side, and ground like that. So now I'm going to line these two up. I always blow because I have my wire nuts inside of my pouch and it gets full of dust, and sometimes the dust gets in there. So I gotta blow it. So a wire nut connection is a fucking strong ass connection, believe it or not. Because what you're doing is it's like a spiral, a screw inside there, and you're just spinning these two copper conductors round and round inside there, and you can feel it biting. And you just kind of crank it so that the actual wire starts to twist. That's a damn good connection. I ain't going nowhere. And I can pull on that. I always pull on both of them, make sure you got a good bite, okay? Now I'm going to do the white. Strip this enough for the yellow wire nut. And so, In this application, I use wire nuts. A lot of times when I'm making up outlets and stuff, I use what's called a Wago. Is this is a Wago, and you can just strap the wires in. But we don't want to do that in this application, because what if someday somebody pulls on this white wire? If it's in a Wago, it'll pull right out. And that's why I don't like J-boxes. It's because inside the J-box, they're going to use Wagos. And so if you don't have a good connector going into the J-box, which they don't, because they're just tabs that bend. So the wire is just going into the J-box, into a Wago. If somebody pulls that, it'll disconnect. The way I do it, it will never ever disconnect, because I've got all 3 wires connected with a yellow wire nut, black to black, white to white, copper to copper. And then I can see, I mean, I've been doing this long enough, I know what a good connection is. Because sometimes I'll just spin, but what's happening is the metal thing in there is just spinning. But you twist it the fuck out of it, ain't going nowhere. And sometimes they don't, which is nice, because then you can twist the wire, the wires keep twisting, and you know it's fucking, that's a good tight grip. I mean, you can pull on it. So then I'll make the white one go that way, and then the black and copper go that way. So it's just a continuous wire now. I went from the white to the yellow, and now I'm up here. I can, cut this off. I don't need about this much. I'll show you real quick. See, this is how they go into J-boxes, just these little tabs. You just bend them over. So, unless you have a good connection to your J-box with clamp type connectors, don't use J-boxes. Because what if someday somebody pulls on this and you use Wago? So, the way I'm showing you is definitely not per code. So don't quote me on this, because I ain't said shit. But in practicality, in real life applications, it's my go-to. I used to be scared to do it. It's like, no, I gotta use a J-box, blah, blah, blah. But I've seen so many fucking J-boxes inside the wall. You'll never ever get to it. What's the difference? This is a way better application, because I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna wrap it with electrical tape. So these are the wings. You can see how that box just snugs in there. So then I'll put a GFI there. And then down here, take the gloves off. I'm gonna wrap the hell out of this with some electrical tape. It ain't ever gonna go nowhere, baby. Nowhere. You'll never get hot from loose connections, because these are tight connections. I mean, this is the go-to application in my opinion. This should be that code right here. But, jurisdictions and bureaucracy don't never fucking go for that. They want to sell more J-boxes. See, they care more about the green than they do about your safety. It's not safe to have J-boxes you'll never get to inside a wall. What if a wire nut goes out? I mean, this way, these wire nuts aren't moving, maybe, but in the J-box, you can get movement. But you can pull on this, and it ain't going nowhere. So that's how that's going to stay. And then I'm going to put a GFI there, and we're good to go. Hope somebody learned something from this tutorial. I've been doing this for 30 years here in Arizona. I started getting into mobile homes. They're a little bit of a different beast, because in my opinion, mobile homes are going to be the new niche in real estate for about 3 years. About 3 years. So I'm already on my second mobile home fix and flip. Get to know mobile homes, get good at it. So mobile homes, baby. If you got one, let me know. Thanks.